plane and ate lunch in Leavenworth a couple of days.
Right. Yeah, it was very cool. It's a lot different. They're doing like farm to table, like it's on the pricier side, but it was so good. It was
Great.
awesome.
Let me get there.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a little something to say.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Callum. Callum, will you ring that one more time? Really? This ship's bell was on our what birthday? I mean wedding anniversary.
Bell.
I don't remember. I don't remember what year it was. Like 10?
No,
Well, was it brass?
Yeah, I don't remember. No, I'm gonna go or something.
So, Rhoda, can you see me in that picture?
Yeah, fine.
And there's a little red dot
Yep.
on it?
Yep.
This is Callum. He's going to be very far away from anything with this. Just stand over there if you don't mind. That's good. Okay. So, this is a book that I was browsing around on Amazon and I found Edgar Waite, 1921, Illustrated Catalogue of the Fishes of South Australia. Edgar Waite. Oh, Rhoda, you just bumped it. Is it still pointing at us? Okay. So this is some time ago, and then I noticed that CSIRO had published a particular book also about the fishes of South Australia, and I gave that book to Alec for his birthday because a lot of the section of this book is referring to Edgar Waite, who in his day was among very top few ichthyologists. And then earlier last year, did we say November or October?
November.
In November, we, Rhoda and I, were going to the Best of the Northwest art gathering, where we happened upon Liz, who is a watercolorist of some exquisite talent, and she had on presentation various little birds in, again, exquisite, I'm going to abuse that term, but detail. We came away and not really introduced ourselves, I think, at the event, but then I thought to myself about feathers and scales being similar and went to the Best of the Northwest website, tracked her down, went to her website. She didn't respond to that, but I did find you somewhere else. Right? And I said, would you maybe be interested in a commission? And she said, I'm interested to talk about that. And then came around to our place and I showed her these references. It's the little fish. Do you remember the name of that?
Heteroscarus filamentosis.
This is one of the paintings that Edgar Waite did, and we know that because inside that book, the only colour plate in that entire book is of that same fish. All of the others this way.
They are beautiful though. Even the black and white ones.
So he went on 2 voyages of exploration with Mawson down into the subantarctic, and among the fishes that he drew and painted is this particular fish. So when we had Liz over, Rhoda and I shared some pastries and said, would you be interested in reproducing that fish? So maybe I'll let you take it over from there.
Yeah. Well, obviously I said yes. It was a really exciting project, and Rob and Rhoda were kind enough to let me borrow these books, and I worked really closely from this reference specifically. I scanned it, I reprinted it, I had it blown up on my computer. I think I was looking at it in like 6 different ways while I was working on the painting. So I really tried to kind of get into his mind and his process, because zooming it in so closely, I could see his paint strokes and really did my very best to imitate that. And I did it 18 by 24. I toned the paper to give it sort of the more vintage look that it has, and I would love to share it with you.
So the commission really is for Bella and Graham, because of Bella's being the granddaughter of Edgar Waite.
Have it packed to
Is
death.
this your first viewing of it, Rob? Right?
We've
You've
seen
it already.
We've seen it.
I am.
Ellen has to.
Where'd you get the book, the brown covered book from?
Amazon. I just happened to be browsing
Because it looks
around.
like a very old book, it's not a
It
recent.
is a 1921
yeah.
genuine book, which I think was probably put away in someone's library and forgotten, because it isn't dog-eared.
No.
Or it wasn't when I gave it to Liz.
Oh, look
It's a
at
joke, she's not listening, but that's okay. And,
Oh yeah, I might.
yeah. But published in 1921, Library of M. Harry, something or other, also stamped on the inside by the same guy. I wasn't so interested in tracking him down. But yeah, it is in fabulous condition.
Right, so this is my reproduction of the fish.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I really enjoyed the process. As Rob said, feathers are a lot like scales in a lot of ways, and it was very easy for me to transition into the subject matter and also into his style. He obviously was very prolific, as you saw all of the illustrations, but at the same time achieved a lot of detail, and I did my best to mimic his paint strokes and his colors to the best of my abilities, and it was a really fun project. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Look at it closely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to have a look at it close up? Just do it without drinks nearby.
It's almost got a parrotfish.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
interesting.
Yeah, the
I totally
crunches.
Just the
agree.
little dots, obviously,
Mhm.
behind the head.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, with this is the reference that was the very best, and you can just so subtly see, you know, those dots, but when it's this big, they're more noticeable. But yeah, I literally went scale by scale. I was counting to make sure,
Oh my goodness, I never thought of that.
and you know, I'm not sure what the anatomical term, spines maybe? I don't know. Spines in the fin, same idea.
Do we know the common name of the fish, or?
So it's actually, I was digging into this as I was doing the piece, looking for actual photo references, and it's extinct, but its living relative is called a rainbow kale,
Oh.
C-A-L-E, and they're beautiful. I mean, you would think this fish couldn't possibly exist in the world, but it definitely does.
You know, often fish with those sort of colours would be in tropical waters, whereas in South Australia here it's a lot colder, a lot colder water.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So it's extinct, but it wasn't when it
No,
was
Right.
there.
no, because I think that they did trawling, and that's how they caught
Right.
these fish. And
An edible fish,
oh, I
as far as
don't
we
know.
know.
Isn't it amazing that we're seeing
Is
this?
that the actual size?
We don't know actually, do we?
Yeah.
Do we?
I
Doesn't
don't know.
describe
We don't.
how big they typically grow to.
You know, I'm not sure. I just kind of had it in my head to do 18 by 24 to blow it up to do the detail. I would imagine from seeing the pictures, I think it's probably a little smaller. Like maybe. Yeah.
Still, sorry,
No, it's okay.
beautiful choice of paper that you used.
Thank you. I very carefully toned it with just kind of like just barely, just a little brown, just so it's not, so it wasn't that white that's kind of hurting your eyes.
No, but it gives it that one too.
Right.
So we were thinking, oh no, Alistair's coming, it's his birthday, what are we going to do for his birthday?
Cook a chicken.
Cook a chicken with Nigella Lawson, but maybe Liz can help us out with this next step.
Yeah, I can. I'll set this down here.
This is out of area, so
Pardon
I'm
me.
guessing it's coming from or somebody, but we'll answer it and we'll hear the message.
Well, you know, a little bit coloured up, though. A little bit,
Tuck it in your back pocket and take it home.
Having taken a watercolor class, it's mind-boggling to me how
The
someone...
detail
Oh,
gets me.
such a hard, to me it's such an incredibly hard medium.
So well, go ahead, Liz.
Yeah,
it's your career.
I took it to my printer, the original, very gingerly, and told them to be extra careful, and they scanned it
Gorgeous.
and reproduced it, I think, very beautifully. So
Beautiful.
yeah, we have.
So
this
this
print
one is for you.
Happy
Thank you
birthday.
very, very much from Liz and from Robert and from Rhoda and from Callum.
Absolutely.
Wow, that is
This is the first time we've
absolutely
seen the print.
sensational.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to travel flat, I would recommend.
So you might email it to.
So it might have to be shipped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I probably,
right.
well, we won't go into that part of the process.
We'll talk about those details yet.
Thank
But
you
have a
for
close
your,
look, it is exactly this.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's
Wow, it's
so
on a pretty solid board, huh?
yeah, the print itself is on a thinner paper, but it's backed so that it's sturdier for traveling.
Fantastic.
And I signed it on the back, and I
You
signed
don't
this one
sign-
as well.
You
know, I
sign on the
don't.
front?
My compositions are so stark, I don't want to take away from my subject matter, so I just signed it on the back. I'm also maybe a little shy. I don't know. You should be.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, you should be.
So either side, but yeah.
Well, this is,
Simon.
can I just say, particularly directed to you two, what depth of thought you put into something
Yeah.
that